Okay, so right here we'll back to editing our terrain. What I want to do is create focal points, and we'll do with this Musava plant, alien plant. So let's create one. And I'll just raise a little bit higher size, move right here. So it will be located right around this area. Let's bring down to the ground. Next, what I want to do, I'm going to edit this object. And a couple things I want to decrease diameter and increase growl. So it's look kind of a bit different from our original. So let's click OK. You can also play around maybe a little bit more with the thickness or length. I just want to do this way, so we'll create another one. Okay, we'll do the same, just increase in size, move it up, probably just around the same place. We'll go to edit now to this object as well. Same things, we'll just increase growl, reduce diameter, so it's kind of something like that, maybe looking. Okay, let's reposition something, maybe roots of plants growing towards some other areas. Okay, let's add more. And this plant we can just same things. Let's go to modify as well. So this is up to your imagination. Okay, we'll go ahead, click OK. And I want actually this one going right here. It's closer to our effect. Like almost will go over the edge. So let's select render area, right, this one, and preview, see how is our plant coming. Okay, it's a little bit too small. We'll go to increase size of render. Okay, right here you can see we have those kind of interesting effects add to our terrain. If you want, you can place more of them around. But this is add extra details. An actual plant kind of laying very nicely. Maybe even create them, you know, scaling, maybe even drop more down. Of course, now you start running with a lot of polygons. So be sure if you have it, how I said before, if you depend on your machine memory and resources on your computer, you can do this. And also just before render, when you're satisfied with position, I do recommend click and enable dynamic population after when you're done. So in this case, it will kind of start rendering only where camera see. It will reduce significantly your memory usage. So we done this one, and let's right now, I think we're ready to render. So one thing, I'm going to discard render area selected, so we render everything. I'm going to use it user settings for this. Okay, as well, we'll go enable multipass, and I want to be sure I have it everything is selected as I want it, mainly because I want actually the depth and everything. And terrains, I want to add mask to my second terrain if I need it. Okay, let's look on my material. Okay, right here. Okay, we have a disease selected, all those. Just maybe add also spectral light, just in case. Okay, we have all options selected. And as an ecosystem materials, we could play a little bit with material, but I think it's will be okay. And just select which you wanted, what name. I'll just set as default multipass in this case. Okay, next we'll go to our settings. So we have a trace reflection, trace transparency, couple things. What I want to do, we want trace some reflections, but we won't see just effect how many we have at reflections. I don't need that many, maybe just even a bit less. So because it's not a reflection is not that important for me in that case. So we have it a super sampling enable. Let's go look on our hybrid 2-point. It is work very nice, and again we don't have it any blurring, so I kind of don't really worry too much about this. Okay, optimize volumetric lights is fine. We don't have it Gaustic, so we don't care about that one. Force reflection, it's fine. Now let's go look on our settings right here. Custom settings, this will kind of help with some ecosystem sampling and with creating. So we'll already have it on good quality. Because it's alien planes and in some cases distortion is okay, so we'll leave it here. But I will pop up a little bit on contrast quality. It's bring a little bit better details and mostly in the plants, so they won't look as a mesh right there. Okay. Also photon map. This is with atmospheric effect will be seeing how going, and just maybe pop up slightly these ones to 15, and let's take decay down to about maybe 75 because we increase the levels, and photons maybe to 10. So this will pop up our render time, but let's give it a little bit better on this fog effect. However, if you're going to do post-production, maybe apply like lens flare, and we'll look on this. This is you don't need it because you will will smooth in post-production. So it's up to you which one you like to use it. Okay, this is take some time to render. Okay, we have it. Don't worry about anti-aliasing on Z, so it's look okay. I'm going with a for a little bit less size, but normally you probably want to set higher. Going render save to disk, render off screen. On this case you can set 300 or 600 dpi for the print resolution. Again, for the tutorial I'm just going to render to screen, set 72 and with 1600 by 600 resolution. So again, that way we'll preset here. Okay, and let's go ahead, click OK. Now I'm going inside the atmosphere editor, and we'll just boost up slightly quality, at least set to 0. Okay, and inside the lighting we set optimize for the render, so it's everything set correctly here. And for the printing, again, if you want maybe increase quality for atmospheres a little bit here, but for this tutorial I just preset and pre-render this one. So let's go ahead, we'll go ahead render this one. Okay, I'm going to pause, and this is probably take some time to render and the resolution we set. So I'll pause this tutorial and we'll come back after it's finished rendering. Okay, so right here we have our image render. Again, a few things we can more apply, like maybe this is too murky, add a little bit more to depth when we render. And additional, we can maybe with the coloring, the shadows maybe a little bit too soft, going more ambient light, and you can kind of tweak this one. But on this point of tutorials, I will let you to play a little bit more with adjustments of the density of atmosphere, shadows, and depth of the water. So let's do right now, we save this image and we'll go ahead inside the Photoshop and open and do some little bit post work on that. Okay, so right here we have our image, and it's done as a multipass saving PSD with multiple layers. We also have multiple channels, included our masks. So let's look on what we have here. We have our shadows, which we can rework. We also have our background, ambient, Z depth. We have our diffuse lighting that we can work a little bit better. Specular lighting. Also, we have our just layer what we done before, cloud mask, and our original image. So you can do we can create effect layer, or you can do destructive editing, just create new layer and modify, go inside and modify through these settings. So but how to say, we can do a little bit more destructive in this way with specific layers. It's up to yours preferences. Okay, couple things what I would like to do, it is have our zip depth layer. Okay, we can copy this and just add as let's go inside the channels and create new alpha channel. So we'll have it our alpha, rename okay, this way. So on this case, if we need to go ahead and start working with the lens flare, well, with the blur. So we'll go to lens blur in this case. Right here we can go set up okay, let's select the Z depth. Okay, we can stop on the trees and add just barely blur on the background, so it's give it a little bit better effect this way. So apply it as well this. Okay, we can go ahead duplicate layer again, move it above. Yeah, let's go to there you go. Let's go to filter, blur, Gaussian blur, Gaussian blur. Now we're going to add maybe overlay to this color. So it's give it us this extra kind of nice punch. Okay, let's go ahead and add mask. We'll go inside the mask, and I want kind of, actually I like atmosphere a little bit with clouds what we had before, a bit darker. So we'll set this away. Let's go to blur, Gaussian blur as well on this one, so we have it a bit nicer blending. Okay, so we have a little bit nicer look on our, and also on this one, let's go run just pop up a little bit sharpness, run 45. Just couple effects, how to say, we can apply to this as well. We can work a little bit more with the diffuse lighting. Okay, let me unlock this one. And how to say, just copying and work with lighting, applying, maybe reducing a little bit, or take ambient or specular lighting in this case, and just add a little bit more sharpness to our shadows. Again, it's up to you in a ways, but overall here we have our effect, and I have another tutorials coming up how we can work a little bit more in After Effects by using all these masks, but you can also apply them to creating a little bit better effects, or to bring more details to you in your image. Okay, and again, right here you can see we have a very nice kind of water coming, and we have our glowing paddles. Okay, and this is our tutorial at GeekatPlay Studio, so you can learn multiple techniques and this set. And thank you for watching, and please remember, visit us on our web is www.geekatplay.com.